Hey everybody, and welcome back. In this video we're going to build on what we learned in the last video, and we're going to use a deformer to make it look like we are poking or prodding this character here, and this can be used in a variety of ways. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thanks ever so much to everybody who subscribed. If you haven't yet done it, jump on over there, hit the subscribe button, click that notification icon and give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you've got any topics you want me to cover, I will do my best. So let's jump right into it. So I've already got a character loaded into the scene, already got hair and clothes on her, so she's not standing there butt naked. For those of you who are ready to go, what we've got here, we've got our character, and as before, we're going to create a deformer. Not going to give it a name, just going to hit that. And as you can see, our standard field of effect indicator has appeared. So we're going to open up our character and we're going to click on the base. And as you can see, it starts on the hip bone. So we're going to move that and we're going to just come around here. And we're going to lift it up slightly. And you could do this using your plan views and everything to make sure you're getting it in roughly the right place. Like so. I'm just going to eyeball it. You could be a lot more, and as you can see, once you've actually got it selected, you can see there's an arrow pointing exactly where it is, so you can make sure it's pretty much dead on the skin. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference if it's absolutely perfect, but it does help a little bit. Now you could rotate this so that it's kind of flat against the skin, but again, it doesn't really matter in this instance. We can click on our field of effect and we can actually selecting our deformer base. If we press Control and C, or Command C if you're on a Mac, and then Control V onto the field, and that centers it in the same place, like so. Marvelous. So we're actually going to do something a bit different in this technique than we did in the previous one, and what we're going to do is we're going to come down. Now we've got our deformer field selected, and you can see that there's an influence tab here, and in there's two options. There's a sphere and then there's a weight map, and we're actually going to change it to weight map, like so. Making sure that we've still got our field selected, we're going to click on our weight map editor tool, like so, and then we're going to open up our tool settings like this, and we're going to add a map. And what that's done is it's created the property that we need for us, so we can go ahead and we can close this down, get ourselves in a better position to add a weight map, and then we can just paint over the vertices that we want to change. And as you can see, almost immediately that has created the beginnings of a weight map. Now I'm actually going to hide the deformer base and the deformer for a moment, just so I can see exactly where we are. And then I'm going to hold down the Alt key to unselect vertices. It's a little bit difficult because you're just painting in 3D space, but you kind of get the idea. Just paint over the vertices that you don't want by holding the Alt key. And then you just paint over the vertices that you do want to control using the no Alt key, basically. And you can change the number of vertices that you affect by obviously increasing and decreasing the size of your paintbrush tool using the sensitivity. And once you've done that, we're going to come out of that. I'm going to just put that back into the move tool. We're going to select our deformer, and then I'm going to give myself a slightly better angle of attack. And then when you move this around, assuming that we've not hidden that, like so, you can see that the vertices that we have selected there are being affected by it. And the problem is we've got such a tiny, we're only affecting 3 vertices there, so it's not going to look like there's a whole great deal going on. We're going to center that back on the vertices that we want to affect. And then when we move our deformer, we make sure we're getting the most amount of effect. As you can see, it's moving those vertices around. If we were to just switch this back into sphere mode, we can increase or decrease the amount of effect that that's having that way as well. And then obviously we will move our deformer around. Now that we're affecting a lot more vertices, we can move the deformer around and you can see a much more pronounced effect. But using a weight map gives you a much finer detail control of how many vertices you can affect. And obviously if we were to change the mesh resolution, let's give her maybe 4 levels of subdivision. Oh, let's go to 3. That's still good. And then when we come back here, you can see that the number of vertices that we're affecting has changed, so that we can get a much finer control. And that again is really all there is to it in this one. I hope you found that useful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thumbs up, subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.